What's good, YouTube? So, Sebastian Fendora's trainer was just on the Boxing Voice, did a good interview. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. But yes, he said a lot of conflicting things. Now, one of the things he said is that if Fendora rematches Tim Tszyu or Spence next, he would make the same amount of money. Now, shout out to Danny for immediately calling him out and questioning that because, a lot of the things that I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, Lukowitz or whatever. His promoter, Sebastian Fendora's promoter. A lot of the things he was saying was not making sense, and it really made me think, oh, this guy came into the interview with lines prepared to say, which shows an agenda. That's what it is. He has an agenda. He had planned things that he wanted to say, and when he was rebutted, he was shocked because he was like, yeah, that doesn't mean he was confused, very, very confused. And this is the agenda against Crawford. PBC just giving him things to say to push Crawford to the side, to say that more people would be interested in watching the rematch against Tim Tszyu than Crawford. Guys, nobody believes that, right? Like, boxing fans would rather see Crawford fight you than Tim Tszyu, especially after you just beat him. All this is an agenda against Crawford. Whether you're a fan for him or not, I think it's clear, right? I think it's clear. It's an agenda against him. Say whatever you got to say to get Spence or Tim Tszyu next. Say whatever you got to say to make the fans believe that Spence is a better fight or Tim Tszyu is a better fight, when I'm not saying that it's not, but what they're really doing is putting Crawford down, and that's not fair. They're putting him down, like way, way down. Like he's not even, not that he's a threat. It's not that they're not putting him down like, oh, he's not a good fighter. They're putting him down like he's not a draw. And it's not fair because, yeah, his only really successful fight is the Spence fight, you can say, but how this is a clear agenda. It's a clear agenda. The PBC don't want that belt going out of the PBC. It's clear. But I wish he would, but at least just say that, because when you say Fedora fighting Tszyu or Spence, they would make the same amount of money. When I hear that, or when fans hear that, it's like, no, they wouldn't. Spence is way, way bigger than Tim Tszyu. So what are you saying? It shows the agenda, which has always been there. It's not a surprise. I'm not hating on the PBC. I'm really not. At this point, I spent a lot of time, a lot of years hating on the PBC, and honestly, man, at this point, I've come to it just is what it is to me. I'm the boxer. I want to see the best fight the best, yes. But I've stopped putting hate, I've stopped putting hate into the PBC. It just is what it is, man. Canelo's not going to fight David Benavidez. Years ago, I would have been, going full throttle at him, calling him, but it is, whatever. Once I've understood the business of it, and now that I have a car dealership and knowing business, these are business moves that, when you're looking at it from a fan point, that's where the hatred comes out. But I have to look at it from a business perspective, because if I do look at it from a fan point, I would be full of hatred. Yeah, like the PBC, like, why are you trying to put Crawford down? Why are you not trying to, like, Crawford just beat Spence? Why is Spence even in the conversation of next, right? It's business. It's an agenda. It's money. That's how the world is, man. I've really stopped. I think boxing is one of the few sports where you cannot look at it from a fan perspective. You really have to look at it from a business perspective. It kind of maybe forces you to think outside of the box of, yeah, you want to see the best fight the best, but there is, if you want to know why the best isn't fighting the best, you got to look at the business moves behind it. Whether it's right or wrong, really, whether you agree or disagree, it makes your mind think outside the box. Like, hey, I need to learn about the business world, right? It makes you think. That's one of the things I like about boxing, because it's a lot more business minded than you may think. So PBC, keep it in the house. It is what it is. At this point, it just is what it is. But I do want to see Crawford get it. Honestly, I don't care who Fedor fights next. I don't care if he fights Spence, Crawford, or Tim Tszyu. I think they'll all be good fights. I really do. I have a lot of respect for Fedor now, and I'm sure that whoever he fights next is going to have a great undercard. I just don't think it's fair. And again, I'm looking at it from the fan point of view. Like, it's not fair to put Crawford down. Be a fan of everybody. Crawford just beat the brakes off of Spence. Don't put my man down like that. He just beat the brakes off your guy. Come on. So it is what it is. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.